Good evening, my fellow Singaporeans. Thank you for coming in such large numbers to support us. Ta Chia, Wan Shang Hao, Tai Ke Ho. My name is Firuz Khan, and I'm your candidate for Marine Parade GRC. Allow me to share with you more about myself. I had the privilege of being the principal of Petapis Children's Home some years ago. For a period of 2 years, some of you here may not have heard of Petapis Children's Home. It is a charity that serves the community through the provision of welfare and education services, and also had a social enterprise arm. In the course of that work of mine, I was interviewed by a local newspaper. The newspaper called me a self-proclaimed social activist. Well, championing the cause of the underprivileged was a daily endeavor in my 2 years as principal of Petapis Children's Home. Social activism is definitely something very close to my heart, as I believe one must do their part to make society better, especially those that are more vulnerable. Voters of Marine Parade GRC, I was surprised when I took over the administration. There were about 20 children that were illiterate. Quickly, I made contact with MCYS at the time and MOE to discuss ways of how to get these children back to education. At the local level, I mobilized some of my staff to make contact with local schools. We negotiated with principals and requested to get these children into their enrollment. The principal was afraid by taking these children that may affect their school ranking. One of the school principals I can never forget is Mr. Che Keng Hua of Serangoon Garden South Primary School. Mr. Che has never said no to us. If you are out there, Mr. Che, I would like you to know I'm very grateful to what you have done. That experience has also exposed me to many challenges facing those that have fallen through the cracks in society. I also have the privilege of doing various things in my life. I started my career in the banking sector, managed Petapis Children's Home in response to a call by a friend to help. And I'm now an entrepreneur. After re-establishing Petapis Children's Home, I went to work for Roy's Confectionery. When Roy's was first forayed outside Japan in 2002, I joined them as a general manager and as employee number 1 in Singapore. I had the chance to help them set up their first international division outside of Japan. I went on to manage Roy's locally and help their regional expansion for 5 years. It was in Roy's that I learned some valuable lessons which have shaped my opinions about believing in hiring and grooming locals for the job. Voters of Marine Parade GRC, as a general manager, I played a gatekeeper role in choosing the people I hire. When advertising, especially online, we got many applicants from abroad. Many even seem overqualified, at least on paper, based on their qualifications they submitted. My job was to ensure the company gets good workers that will likely commit to staying with the company. After my screening, we ended up with over 95% of Singaporeans working at Roy's at the time. We developed a program to train them and provided career progression. With such a strong Singapore core, we grew the business more than 20 times the size in the span of 5 years that I was there. And I'm proud of it. Even today, 8 years after I had left the company, about 80% of the Royces staff that I recruited are still working for the same company, with some in management position. My experience at Royce has led me to believe that Singapore can and should focus deeply on developing its local core, to believe in ourselves and to empower our people to prove themselves. Do you agree? In 2008, I went with my family to Wales in UK. I had already accumulated knowledge about chocolate business and was itching to be an entrepreneur. In 2009, I opened a confectionery business in the UK. Even in UK, my heart was for Singapore. We developed spice for the Asian chocolate. It combined my passion for chocolate and my love of the herbs and spices that flavor Asian cooking. In a way, this is a picture of how we can bring out of the best of who we are, a diverse society with a mix of people of different races and backgrounds, and when combined in a harmonious way, we can become winners internationally. In the UK, I respect the local employment regulations. My business in Wales currently employs 100% locals. I had learned to adjust my style and work with locals in the area. I have learned that foreign companies can go to a place, employ the locals there, and still be successful. Voters of Marine Parade GRC, why am I telling you all of this? In my walkabouts and in helping at Meet the People sessions, I have met many discouraged Singaporeans who have lost their jobs or stopped dreaming. I have met Singaporeans who tell me they have so many qualifications and no job. I want to say to you that I was born at home in Jalan Al-Sagaf and grew up in Hague Road, part of Geylang Serai. I went through huge transformation from living in a kampung to a high-rise HDB flat. I have learned that one can dream big and make it too. In our country's pursuit of economic growth at all costs, I believe we have looked too much at digits. We need to bring back the confidence in our people and let them aspire. We need to bring back the confidence in our people. One of the ways in which we plan to do this is by introducing the Employment Security Fund mentioned by one of my colleagues, Daniel Goh, a few days ago. I would like to share this Chinese saying, Shui Pa Shui, Shan Tian Pa Di Chui. So if you want to empower your future, please vote for my team and myself. Empower your future. Vote for the Workers' Party. Okay, please allow me to speak a few words in Malay. Assalamualaikum para hadirin sekalian. Selamat malam rakan-rakan senegara warga Singapura. Terima kasih kerana datang beramai-ramai dalam jumlah yang besar untuk menyokong kami. Nama saya Firuz Khan dan saya adalah calon anda untuk GRC Marine Parade. Di sini saya akan berkongsi dengan anda lebih lanjut mengenai diri saya. Saya telah diberi peluang untuk menjadi pengetua rumah kanak-kanak petapis beberapa tahun yang lalu untuk tempoh 2 tahun. Aktivisme sosial adalah sesuatu yang sangat dekat di hati saya kerana saya percaya seseorang itu perlu memainkan peranan untuk menjadikan masyarakat lebih baik, terutamanya bagi mereka yang lebih terdedah dengan anasir-anasir yang kurang sihat. Pengalaman itu juga telah mendedahkan saya kepada cabaran-cabaran yang dihadapi oleh orang-orang yang kurang bernasib baik. Saya berpeluang untuk melakukan pelbagai perkara dalam kehidupan saya. Saya memulakan kerjaya dalam sektor perbankan, setelah itu berjaya pula menguatkukuhkan rumah tumpangan kanak-kanak petapis. Petapis bagi menyahut cabaran dari seorang teman dan kini seorang usahawan. Setelah memperkukuhkan rumah tumpangan kanak-kanak petapis, saya memulakan kerjaya sebagai pengurus besar syarikat Chocolate Royce. Apabila mereka keluar dari Jepun buat pertama kali dalam tahun 2002. Pengalaman saya di Royce telah memperkukuhkan pendapat bahawa Singapura boleh dan perlu memberi tumpuan mendalam terhadap pembangunan trust tempatan, sifat percaya pada diri sendiri dan memberi peluang kepada orang-orang kita membuktikan kebolehan mereka. Pada tahun 2008, saya berhijrah ke UK bersama keluarga. Dengan pengalaman dan pengetahuan saya tentang bisnes coklat, saya dapat gabungkan kemahiran perniagaan bersama kegairahan terhadap coklat. Saya menjadi usahawan coklat apabila membuka sebuah kilang di Cardiff. Para pengundi di GRC Merimprit, kenapa saya memberitahu anda semua ini? Dalam tinjauan mesra saya dan pada sesi bertemu penduduk, saya telah bertemu dengan ramai rakyat Singapura yang tawar hati kerana telah kehilangan pekerjaan mereka, lalu hilang semua cita-cita dan impian mencapai kehidupan yang lebih baik. Saya telah bertemu dengan rakyat Singapura yang memberitahu saya bahawa mereka mempunyai begitu banyak kelayakan tetapi masih tidak dapat pekerjaan. Saya ingin mengatakan kepada anda semua bahawa saya dilahirkan di Jalan Al-Sagaf dan dibesarkan di Hague Road sebahagian daripada Geylang Serai. Saya percaya bahawa seseorang boleh mempunyai impian yang besar dan ia boleh direalisasikan. Before I leave, I would like to share with you 3 things or 3 C's about me. It's children, chocolate, and choice. Jika anda mahu memperkukuhkan masa depan anda, sila undi Parti Pekerja, memperkasakan masa depan anda. Thank you. Terima kasih.